Okay, so our crossover lunge is a great variation on a normal lunge, which allows us to bias a little bit more side to side movements, so frontal plane movements and rotational movements, so transverse plane movements, as well as obviously loading up those hips. Now, what I want to do is show you firstly the exercise itself and then a regression from the exercise, particularly if people's knees are a little bit grumbly, if there's a history of knee pain. This in some cases might be a little bit of a step too advanced, but if your knees are happy, this is a great way of starting to load up those hips. I just want to give you two options. So let's start out. We're going to start out nice and upright, nice and tall. I'm just going to move the camera a little bit so you can see a little bit better. There we go. Cool. Nice and upright, nice and tall, square and forwards. From there, rather than simply reaching back on, again, a straight line as we would do with a posterior lunge, what I want to do is reach back and across the body on kind of 45 degrees, almost like kind of speed skater type position, or like a kind of the bottom of a bowling shot, throw, whatever you call a bowling movement, the position that sometimes we end up in there. Okay, so we end up back and across, flexing both knees, not allowing that rear knee to come down to the ground. We're just stopping just short, and it's this combined movement of, with the front leg in particular, hip flexion as we come down, hip adduction, and rotation at the hip as we come down to the bottom of this movement that really starts to load up those glutes on the front hip. From there, from the bottom of the position, what I want you to do is step across and onto the opposite side. And the actual exercise itself is alternating sides, left, right, really reaching across. In terms of knee position, really focus on keeping the knee pointing in the same direction as the foot. Okay, so as we're here, foot and knee both pointing that way. As we're here, foot and knee both pointing that way. Torso stays nice and upright, back stays straight. Really should start to feel this after a few reps through those glutes. Now, I mentioned with those knees, if you have got a history of knee pain and this feels like too much, just focus on our straight posterior lunge, back and forth, just a reverse lunge. Hope that helps, and I'll see you in the next video.